Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Burgos, and this is my informative speech about child abuse. Did you know that more than 80% of children today have been abused by their caregivers and parents? Did you know that 1 out of 10 babies born today, their parents have been abusive on drugs? Did you know 1 out of 13 kids, their parents of drug use has been physically abusive? Next, do you know if you can spot out child abuse today in the world? There's 4 of them. There is emotional, neglect, sexual, and physical. This is the signs to look out for. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is of a child commonly defined as a pattern of behavior by parent caregivers and that can seriously interfere with a child's cognitive, emotional, psychological, or social development. Emotional abuse of a child, also referred to as psychological maltreatment, can include verbally and terrorizing. Verbally usually consists of saying you're stupid, you're dumb, you're never going to succeed in life at all. Terrorizing is usually when you're bullying the child, poking at them, interfering with their life socially, being completely rude, basically. Next is neglect abuse. Neglect consists of physically or psychologically the parent or caregiver is never present to respond to the child. For instance, rejecting, isolating, and exploiting or corrupting. Rejecting usually consists of not responding to the child's needs, like education, refusing to touch the child, denying the needs for the child. Isolating usually consists of having never being around for the social introductions to the child, mostly like the peers, family members, and adults. Exploiting or corrupting consists of is the kind of abuse a child is taught, encouraged, or forced to develop. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse usually consists of asking or pressuring the child to engage in sexual activity, indecent exposure to the genitals to a child, displaying pornography to a child, actual sexual contact with the child, physical contact with the child's genitals, except certain non-sexual activities that are performed for medical use, viewing the child's genitals without physical contact, and lastly, using a child to produce child pornography. The following signs to spot a child being sexually abused are trouble walking or sitting, displaying knowledge or interest in a sexual act inappropriately to his or her age, make strong efforts to avoid a specific person without obvious speech, doesn't want to change the clothes in front of others or participants. In STD, pregnancy is especially noted as sexual abuse, and also runs away from home. Next is physical abuse. Physical abuse usually consists of striking, kicking, shoving, slapping, burning, bruising, pulling ears or hair, choking, or shaking. Shaking usually consists of shaken baby syndrome, which is when you shake the baby so hard that his brain moves back and forth and it swells the brain, and the baby can potentially die from that. Some human services professionals claim that cultural norms sanction physical punishment are one of the causes of child abuse and have undertaken campaigns to redefine such norms. So basically, cultural norms make it seem that hitting your child is okay. It's a line of showing them, I'm teaching my child a lesson. But they never say how far does that lesson supposed to go. Yes, you can slap your child and say, no, you're not supposed to do that, but how hard is that slap really going? Domestic corporal punishment, also referred to as corporal punishment, home or in parental corporal punishment, is considered a cultural norm. Next is the conclusion. Basically, I'm trying to teach everyone today that child abuse is very much alive and is around the world. We need to stop it, and the only way that we can stop it is being aware of it and contacting help. The four types of child abuse are emotional abuse, neglect, sexual abuse, and physical abuse. By informing you about the 4 types of child abuse, you can be better aware of the signs in your own community. Child abuse occurs in all types of families, even those that look happy from the outside. Children are much greater at risk in certain situations. Okay? And if you need to contact somebody, or if you're the abuser yourself, please contact 1-800-4-A-CHILD. You can save a life, you can help someone from being drug abused. If you're not even sure that there's child abuse, still call because you have that gut feeling that there's something wrong in the house. And you can help a child, you can help the parent, you can help your community. And next is my references. I read 3 books. Understanding Child Abuse and Neglect by Cynthia Crozentauer, Child Abuse and Neglect by Monica L. McCoy, and childabuse.org. I also interviewed my father. His name is Officer Frank Burgos. He's a detective on Miami-Dade Police Department. He does domestic abuse for children. He's been doing that for about 10 years. And I interviewed him on the cases of like what to look for when there's child abuse, what do parents do, what does the children do when they see child abuse, and how to help them out. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed my informative speech. And here's my audio. That's my mom, my sister, my dad, and then my boyfriend.